my creatively faithful friends. This is Teresa. Welcome back to my channel. If you just stumbled across this video, thank you for clicking on it and joining me. I would love for you to subscribe and hit that notification bell and become part of the creatively faithful family. And I have on my fallish shirt today, pumpkin spice. I just got this week and was very excited to wear it for today's video. And I also have this wonderful cup that I kind of made myself. I put the wrap on it myself, and it says Queen Bee. The reason for this is my craft room, which I am in this lovely setting because so many of you said you did like it in my last video. So this is the cup. And my wonderful husband made me a pumpkin protein smoothie, and it is delicious. I might take another sip of that in a minute. So I am here for my November TBR. I am going to play my So Clover game and insert that clip in a few minutes. And I am participating this month in 2 different readathons. So I'm going to put up right here the second readathon that I'm I'm not hosting. The second readathon that I am participating in. And then over here on this side, I will put in the main readathon I am participating in. So I am participating in Historathon, and it is hosted by people that I forgot to look up, and they will be in the description box down below. And then the other readathon, the one on this side, is the kind of a secondary one. It is only for 4 days, and it's over Thanksgiving weekend. So if you can participate, it's great. I've never participated in this kind of readathon. It is a team-based one, and it's called the one with the hunters and the turkeys. And you get to choose whether you want to be a hunter or whether you want to be a turkey on the turkey team, on the hunter team or on the turkey team. I watched all the videos, and I am choosing to be on the turkey team, mainly because I like those prompts the best. So let me get into what the prompts are, and then I will show you my So Clover game, and then we will show you my books that I have all picked out. Okay, so the first prompt for the Historathon is historical era exploration, and that's to read a book in a historical time period that you don't normally read. And then the next one is famous historical figures. The book is based on a famous historical figure. A historical romance, that's kind of self-explanatory. A historical mystery, that's also self-explanatory. Social issues or cultural perspectives, something that kind of wasn't was kind of an issue in that day. A historical adaptation, a book that has been adapted to be a movie or a play or something like that. Strong sense of place. And then a historical nonfiction or nonfiction hybrid kind of story. And then war and conflict. It's about war and conflict. And then the hunters and the turkey prompts are I'm only telling you the turkey prompts because that's all I'm focused on, and then you can go to the videos of the other people and see what the hunters prompts are. Sorry about that. Sometimes my brain freezes. Okay, so the first prompt is, there's only 3 prompts. The first prompt, and if you, in both videos, you can double, in both readathons, you can double up, you can also double up, and then you can also, if you just do 1, 2, or 3, you know, you've participated in the readathon. You don't have to do them all. So the first one has to do with pie. So whatever book you read, because, you know, Thanksgiving's all about the pie. And whatever book you read has to do with pie. And then the second prompt is makes you gobble out loud, makes you laugh, makes you cry, makes you, you know, be scared, or, you know, something, some strong emotion. And then Shake Your Tail Feathers is a book that you have been anticipating for a very long time, like maybe the book that you expect to be a 5-star read for the month, or a book like that. So I am going to insert my So Clover game right here, and you can see you know, what I played, and what I had to say about what I was playing today. And then we will get into what I have chosen for books to read. Okay, I'm here to play my game. I am going to roll just 1 die today because I don't want a chance getting a 10 or 11 or 12, and we'll see what we come up with. I've got my Clover here, and then I have my cards off to the side of me, so we'll see what we get. We got a 4, so we are going to pull 4 cards so we can have 4 prompts. Okay, so we have Season and Master, and so I have some books off to the side of me, and I'll go over those in a minute. And then we have Skin and Cocktail. And then we have Blue and Face. And then we have Pump and Tunnel. Okay, so we will see what we can get. Now, I might not be able to fit both words together to get something, but we'll use at least one of the words. So, let me go, and I will put together my books, and I'll be back to recap. Thanks so much. But first, let me take a drink. Pumpkin pie smoothie. It's 2% milk, protein powder, organic pumpkin pie mix, a little bit of cinnamon, and ice cubes. And it is delicious. Okay, so my books for, let's go over my books for my So Clover game first. So I got Season and Master, and I thought a season doesn't necessarily have to mean a, you know, a season, you know, like fall, spring, winter, summer, and a master. So I chose the book, and this is also for, and I know I'm going to go out of order here, but this is also for the war and conflict prompt for the Historathon. The book All We Were Promised, and it is by Ashton Lattimore. And it was, it's a book in the Civil War era. And in Civil War, a pre-Civil War era. And it was in the North. And so, but part of it is from the South. Is also set in the South. So that's where I came up with season and master, because it's a season of war, and you know, we know that there was a master in the Civil War time period with slaves, and the book does have to do with an escaped slave. Okay, so that's my book for the war and conflict. Okay, so my next one is Blue and Face. Actually, I'm skipping the next one. So we're going to this one. And I'm not so sure about this book. I read some good reviews about this book, and I read some not so good reviews about this book. But you know that my premise, I say this in every kind of TBR video. My premise is that if I read anything uncomfortable or any kind of content that you know, if it's not a Christian fiction book, well, even if it is a Christian fiction book, but if I read any kind of content that makes me uncomfortable, I will DNF it. So this book is The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhon. And I chose this book because to go with Blue and Face, because it's blue, and somebody finds a body frozen in the river, so he has to have a face, you know. So that's why I chose that book. And that's for the prompt historical mystery. Okay. The next one, I am going to really stretch it. And I don't really know. And I am going to, the next one was Skin and Cocktail. And like I said in the So Clover game, that I might have to just choose one of the words. I'm choosing the word skin. Every person has skin, and there's a person on the cover of this book. And we'll see if there's some cocktails in it, because this book is set in England, and there could be. I don't know. It's called An Hour Unspent, and it's by Rosanna M. White. I have had this book checked out from the library for quite some time, and I wanted to see if any of the books I had checked out from the library would fit in the Historathon. And that one is from A Strong Sense of Place. You know, the Englanders are really strong about their country. So, and the next one is Pump and Tunnel. And I checked this book out from the library, and I thought that I had it written down for the Historathon. So I'm going to make this fit somewhere. I don't know exactly where it's going to fit. And so, but for Pump and Tunnel, this book is called Surviving Savannah by Patty Callahan, is a book about, it was called, I'll just read this part. It was called The Titanic of the South. The luxury steamship sank in 1838 with Savannah's elite on board. Through time, their fates were forgotten until the wreck was found. And now their story is finally being told in this breathtaking novel from the New York Times best-selling author of Becoming Mrs. Lewis. So a history professor was asked to guest curate a new museum collection focused on artifacts recovered from this steamship Pulaski. And so a steamship has a pump, and so that's what I'm going with for that. I'm not exactly sure where it's going to fit in the Historathon, but we're going to make it fit. So now for the rest of the Historathon prompts, I chose this book, Angels of the Resistance, for historical exploration. And it is about World War I or World War II. In the 1940s. It was set in the Netherlands. I should know that. But it's about two sisters, and so that's what I chose for historical era exploration, because I don't particularly like reading novels on World War I or World War II. That's not my favorite. My favorite historical time period to read about is the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and then westward expansion. So those are my three favorites. The prompt was to go out of your comfort zone to do that. Then the next one is the only one that I have that I am going to double up on. And this is called The Winter Rose by Melanie Dobson. And it is, and this is also a World War II novel. And I should have written down, I'll have in my wrap up who the historical figure this was about, or kind of modeled after. So I don't know a whole lot about this book, except for she's trying to rescue some Jewish children from the Nazis. Okay, and then I'm also going to use that book for the social issues, cultural perspective. Then I lost my place. Historical romance, I have Saved by the Matchmaker from Jody Headland. And I hope these are standalone books, because I just saw this as book 2. So it is a book about secrets and annulments being finalized and then not happens. So we'll see. I'm not completely familiar with that book, or what's going to happen, and I don't like to take time to read the whole synopsis on the back of it. So okay, so there are, so to the turkey prompts has to do with pie. I'm going to put this book right here, right up here. It's called Sweet Surprise. After I found the prompts yesterday and went on the library, as you know, if you're new here, you may not know, but I don't I don't have a home library. I don't buy books unless I absolutely have to, and I don't keep a lot of books. I utilize my library, the Libby app, and I have been, up until just recently, using my daughter's Kindle, but I had to give it back to her. So hopefully that's going to come back into play soon, because hopefully for Christmas I'm getting one. And I just realized that I forgot 2 prompts, because I'm going to read those on Libby. The historical adaptation prompt for the Historathon, I'm going to read Little Women. I had that in a TBR earlier this year, and I didn't get to it. And that was my favorite book when I was kind of a preteen, teenager. And so I'm going to use that. And then a historical fiction adaptation. I don't know how this is, because I read the synopsis when I, found it, but I didn't write, of course, didn't write it down. But it's called The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek, and that's on Libby too. So I will be reading both of those. So back to the turkey prompts. Has to do with pie. So the book that I'm going to read is called Sweet Surprise or Sweet Surprises. It'll be right up here. I didn't write down the author either, but it had to do with cupcakes and pie and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to use. Makes you gobble out loud. I'm going to hope that one of these books will have fulfilled that prompt. And then Shake Your Tail Feathers. A book that you have anticipated or, think's going to be your 5-star read for the month or something like that. I'll put that right up here too. I have pre-ordered it. It is on its way to me. It is the 4th book in the Timeless series from Gabriel Meyer, and it's called Across the Ages. I am really looking forward to reading that book. Then, because I know me, and I will be in a Christmas mood come Thanksgiving week, and I want to kind of get started because there's so many Christmas books I want to read. So I kind of want to get started. I have checked out 3 different Christmas books that I will try to get to this month. Melody Carlson, A Royal Christmas, and this is a very short book, so hopefully that, because I got some chunkers this month. And then this is called Christmas at the Cupcake Cafe, and it's by Jenny Holgan, and it might fit, I don't know, it might, if this one, by the time I get around to this one, if it fits one of the historical prompts, I may swap that out. And the same goes with all 3 of these Christmas books. And then the other one I have is 4 holiday novellas, and it's the Christmas Heirloom, and there are 4 different authors. Let's see. Christy Ann Hunter, Legacy of Love, Karen Whitmire, Gift of the Heart, Sarah Loudon Thomas, A Shot at Love, and Becky Wade's Because of You. So that should be a quick read, because I will have considered it read if I even read one novella in here and one short story and don't read the whole book. So that is what I have for my my November TBR. I've got some chunkers. I hope to get through all of them. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 12 books this month. I'm not so sure I'll get to all of those, but we can shoot for them. We can try. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful November TBR. I know I'll catch you in another video before the month is over, and I just so appreciate you coming on and watching these. So I will catch you next time. Bye.